Hello, estoy en mi rinconcito soleado durante mi almuerzo uh, porque me encanta el sol. Uh, Me encanta el sol porque es muy saludable y it just feels wonderful. Me siento muy maravilloso. I love the sun. I like to sit here para recargar mis baterías. I don't even know if that's correct Spanish vocabulary. I'm trying to come up with something. My whole goal was to speak a little bit of Spanish and play my accordion a little bit on these videos just so I get used to it. Yesterday, I did play my accordion at the front of my video, but I ended up cutting it out. So that's why there's a still shot of me holding my accordion and not playing it, because I guess I got nervous because I wasn't playing very well. Yeah, that's typical me. Oh well, so I am back here today, but obviously I do not have my accordion during my lunch hour, so that's not going to happen. I tried instead to speak in Spanish. I don't know where that was going. Uh, I I understand Spanish when I hear it, but when I try to speak it, I can't think of the words I want. It's really bad. That's what happens when you listen to it all the time and you don't speak it, but that's why I'm supposed to be making these videos. I'm not sure if I make up vocabulary as I go along, that, but I'm sure that somebody will correct me somewhere along the lines in there. The reason why I'm making a video today is because I was going to talk about my little Christmas miracles yesterday and I did not. I forgot. I was thinking too much about the pro-life event I went to and the importance of pro-life, and it really is important. It's so fundamental, it's so foundational to us as humans to have that kind of respect for life. It affects us on every level, because if we can't respect our own lives as humans, then what else is there? I mean, we are humans. Yeah, we have dogs and cats and we love them. I love my dogs. I've had love-hate relationships with cats most of the time, but I love my dogs. But it's not the same, is it? Respecting all life. But you know what? All the pro-life people I've ever known also rescue animals too. They rescue cats and dogs. That is fairly common. They tend to be people who just have a heart to help living creatures, no matter the species. That's my experience anyway. Maybe you've experienced something different, and I would say that's really sad. But yeah, it reminds me of some of the rejoinders that pro-abortion people have towards pro-life protesters. They will often say things like, well, your mom should have aborted you, which I find kind of just makes my heart sink a little bit, because, you know, when my mom was pregnant with me, they did recommend that they abort me, because that she abort me because she had just had a child and her body really hadn't healed or fully recovered, and they did not think it was healthy for her to have another one. So that's what abortion does. It takes that little life away that, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I've often thought about that movie, It's a Wonderful Life, and thought, well, if I were to just disappear today, nobody would miss it, because I haven't rescued my brother's life, or who then rescued people in the war. And yeah, I haven't done anything quite that amazing as the character in It's a Wonderful Life, but if you consider all the little things that we do that we don't realize how they affect people, you know, knocking one person out of the equation, just because of their numerous interactions with other human beings, it just fundamentally changes the world. It alters the very universe that we live in. So it is not just a simple thing at all to think that aborting a baby and aborting all of that, what that child could have grown up to do, just makes me sad. It makes my heart break. But anyway, I wanted to talk about my Christmas miracles very quickly. I have been kind of, gosh, that is really loud. I apologize. Maybe I should wait for that to pass by. Okay. I have been not interested in Christmas. I mean, apart from going to masses, obviously, and wanting to sing in the Christmas Mass this year, I have not just been interested in doing anything. And it just seemed like a lot of effort. All my family, it will be in another town, and it takes a lot of effort to travel, and especially with dogs, and I just didn't want to do it. So I thought, well, I'll just sing in the Christmas choir because it's probably going to be 9 a.m. Christmas morning, and then it'll be too late to travel at that point. So I'll just spend Christmas by myself and just be my usual Scrooge. No, that's not true. I used to be a Scrooge, not really at heart, and I've changed a lot in the last few years anyway. But I really was going to be that way this year, but I just took everything to God, and including not getting a Christmas tree, not decorating, not buying presents, anything. And I just gave it to God in a general sense. I said, okay, God, you work out Christmas because I can't do it. And so what God did was he unexpectedly changed my choir, which always sings at, not mine, it doesn't belong to me. It's the one that I sing in. Unexpectedly changed from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. I'm like, okay, so now I can go. That's the Christmas Eve vigil. So now I can travel. I can go sing in the choir, and I can travel, and I don't really have an excuse. So that it was my first Christmas miracle, because that choir never sings at 5:30 p.m. That never happens. And even the pianist mentioned that and thought it was really strange and unusual. And I thought, well, I guess when you throw things God's way, then he makes them to be ordinary. Or I don't know, I guess miracles are never ordinary. But anyway, so that was my first Christmas miracle. The second one was the Knights of Columbus were going up to the mountains to cut trees for the Poor Clares Monastery. And I had commented about it, and one of the knights who actually volunteers at where I work got it in his head that I needed and or wanted a Christmas tree. I kept telling him no. I told him no like 20 times. I'm exaggerating, but I told him no numerous times. And lo and behold, the day they went, on Saturday, I got a phone call just when I was getting back from Las Cruces that said, oh, well, we have your tree. I'm like, what? I said I didn't want a tree, but the Knights of Columbus got me a Christmas tree, and they even put on the tree permit, they put my name on it, so I guess it was meant to be mine. And they met me in the church parking lot, parish parking lot, and we made the exchange. I put the tree in my vehicle and drove away, and I'm like, okay, so that was another Christmas miracle. And by the way, my son was really happy, and she's like, gosh, I really like that guy, the Knights of Columbus who did that. It's like, he's one of my favorite people now because he likes to have a Christmas tree. He likes all of the traditions and all of that. And he's my only child who lives in Roswell still, because all the others are grown up and gone on with their lives, which is why we're meeting somewhere else, not in Roswell. But that was my second Christmas miracle. Now I'm kind of holding out for a third Christmas miracle, because I think that a lot of major life events come in threes. You could call those major or minor. I don't really care. I think any miracle is major in my book, and to me those are both miracles, because it wasn't going to happen. And when you throw something God's way and say, hey God, here's Christmas, you work it out, and then he does in really funny ways, then to me that's a miracle. And it's kind of a big deal when God shows that he cares about me in my life. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Anyway, so I'm holding out for a third, because miracles should come in threes. Like, funerals come in threes. When one person dies, and a second person dies, a third person will always die, and there will always be 3 funerals. I mean, that's the rule. It doesn't follow it 100%, you know, but you can almost expect that. If we have 1 funeral at the parish, there will be at least 1 or 2 coming up, sometimes 4. So I guess the rule isn't 100%, but it is a good rule. And so I'm going to be looking for that 3rd miracle. And, you know, God gives us, you know, ordinary everyday miracles all the time. And you say, well, that's not a miracle if it's ordinary and everyday. But it really depends, you know, it really depends on the situation and what you consider to be a miracle. Because if you are looking for miracles, you will find them. Because God is active in the lives of his people. You know, when we are his sheep in his pasture, he's active in our lives. He's there guiding us, showing us things, intervening for us constantly. And so I am looking for my 3rd Christmas miracle. I will have to get back to you on whether that happens. This week is going to be crazy busy because so much going on. Trying to get my book ready, then I have to get ready to go out of town for Christmas too. There's that. And now that I'm going to get ready, I should probably at least buy some presents, maybe, I don't know, bottles of wine. I don't know. I'll think about it. There's got to be something that I can take and give everybody to spread around the Christmas cheer. Since God has given me miracles, I guess he should work a miracle in my heart as far as that goes. But my publishing date is still looking to be this Friday, the 22nd, and I know there's another miracle in there in between now and Christmas, maybe having to do with my book, but I don't know what kind of miracle could possibly happen with my book. I have not done enough marketing. And miracles and marketing kind of go together, I think, although miracles can override a lack of marketing as well. That could also be a true concept. Anyway, so look for it. Once the book has been published, I will provide a link in the description. I will provide a link to my Amazon page for my other books, and you can look forward to my book Delivering Hope, the first of a Roswell, New Mexico ghost story murder mystery series. Yes, with a delivery driver detective. You know, it's funny, I brought up Legally Blonde yesterday and how I love it when the airhead wins. Well, is it Paulette, Claudette? I don't remember her name. The manicurist. She's the true dumb blonde airhead who wins in the end. The really funny thing is, I think that she gets together with a delivery driver, which I think is hilarious that I keep seeing these little video clips. It just struck my funny bone because I think that that's true, and in fact I think that she's breaks his nose. She's a real klutz. She really is the awkward airhead, and I think she breaks his nose. Like, she tries to do this sexy move and instead clobbers him in the face, and he still seems to like her. So yeah, there's hope for everybody in the world, I think. There's hope for everybody, and that's what I try to put in my books, is hope and love and second chances, because everybody should have that. If they don't have it in their lives, they should have hope and love. Those are very important. Love being the most important of everything in the universe. Love. Good love, not bad love, not human, messed up, stupid love, but love that God touches us with, and then we have to touch others with, because we should feel compelled to do so. And I have no idea what time it's getting to be. I should probably shut this down. I'm really enjoying the feel of the sun burning my skin. I love that. Yes, I realize I have the kind of skin that burns in like 5 minutes. Not during the winter, obviously, but I suppose it could, especially in this little rinconcito soleado. Yes, I should write a song called that. I always say that I'm going to write songs about dragonflies and sunny corners, and I really haven't done it yet. I just think about it. I wrote Spanish poetry years ago, and so I could just turn those into songs. It will happen at some point. I just have to, I don't know. I have to have the muse visit me. I used to be really, really into Sor Juana, and I translated her poetry from Spanish into English for a thesis, a dissertation that I wrote, and I called her my muse. She was my muse, and I just need to get her to be my muse again. Yeah, so I will do that. Maybe I need a 200 peso note and pin it on the wall where where I write, and that'll work because she's on it. Or I could try to buy a poster with her or something just to remind me that she's my muse. Anyway, that's all I have to say. And so I guess Our Lady of Guadalupe too, because I wear my little pendant every day, and she is very special too. Anyway, either one of them could be my muse. Sor Juana used to be. That's all. Anyway, have a great rest of your week. That's all I wanted to say. Goodbye.